Hey everybody, welcome back to The Hungry Bachelor. Today I'm going to be making an amazingly simple tomato sauce. For this recipe we'll be using olive oil, tomatoes, honey, onion, garlic, basil, thyme and bay leaf, black pepper, and chili peppers. The prep for this recipe is pretty easy. All I'm going to do is peel one medium-sized onion and roughly chop it into quarters. I'll also quickly peel a few cloves of garlic, actually in this case just one massive piece, and then cut it into some big chunks. A quick note on the tomatoes I'm using. You'll notice these are San Marzano type tomatoes, emphasis on the word type. These are basically just plum tomatoes, not the real deal. If you can find the real ones and you're cool shelling out $4 or $5 per can, be my guest. These ones still taste pretty darn good and are half the price. I'm going to use a slotted spoon to place the whole tomatoes into a blender along with our onion. Because we're using 2 cans, you're probably going to have to do this in batches. All we're going to do is blend this into a smooth puree. Now if you don't have a blender, that's fine. You'll just need to cut your onion as fine as possible and use a potato masher or a fork to puree your tomatoes. The idea here is that we're going to make a super smooth sauce with no chunks in it. And remember, you want to keep that tomato juice. We'll be using it a little bit later. Alright, let's get cooking. I'll start by adding a little olive oil to a pan at medium heat, and then I'll throw in my tomato and onion mixture. Now be careful, this is going to splash a little bit. I'll cover this for a few minutes to bring it up to heat, and then turn it down to low to keep it at a simmer. The idea here is to come back every 4 or 5 minutes, give the sauce a stir, and add any of the reserved tomato juice to keep the sauce, well, saucy. It'll thicken as it continues to simmer, and we want to be sure it doesn't get too thick. After about 10 minutes, we'll start on our olive oil. I'll start by adding a bunch of herbs to my pot. In this case, some fresh thyme, some bay leaves, our garlic chunks, some black peppercorns, and some chili flakes. Then I'll pour about a 1/4 cup of olive oil over top and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. If you need to cook pasta, this would be a good time to get started. Okay, so our oil looks good. We know it's ready because the garlic has started to brown. Now all we'll do is strain this into our sauce. Then I'll add a good squirt of honey for some sweetness and give it a really good stir, working that oil into the sauce. The final touch is to add 6 or 7 fresh basil leaves. Just tear them by hand and drop them in. Now I'll let this cook for about 5 more minutes. Alright, let's get this on the plate. I'm just going to combine my pasta with my sauce in a metal bowl, give it a good stir, and then plate it. And that's a wrap. Simple, fragrant, rich and delicious tomato sauce. For the full recipe, visit thehungrybachelor.com and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos coming soon.